it's Doris with All the Books. I finished 5 more little books, and they're little, and I thought I would do a quick Monday check-in for you before I go pick up my mom. So let's get started. The first one is The Beekeeper by Dunya Mikhail. This is Rescuing the Stolen Women of Iraq. It's a nonfiction work that was, I believe, shortlisted for the National Book Award, the new translated works category. And this focuses on ISIS and their policy, religious policy even, of stealing women and children, killing the men, and putting these women into basically sex slavery. It's a horrific read. It's told in just brief recountings of what happened to the women based on either interviews between the author, who herself is from the area but has been living in the States for about 20 years now. She is a journalist and a poet, and she's been interviewing this guy, the beekeeper, who is a former beekeeper, but he is now instrumental in rescuing a lot of these women. Or she will also, through him, interview the women herself, either by phone or she did go and visit at one point. So this is just a really important read based on the topic. It's told, she doesn't contextualize these stories, so you don't get much of the structure of what's going on. So you have to base it on your own personal knowledge. I would have liked a little more background information to help, make the stories connect for me. I think I will try to pick up the Raqqa Diaries. I think that'll be a good one to go along with this. There's that. I also finished The Interpreter of Melodies by Jhumpa Lahiri. This one was a Pulitzer Prize winner. It's a short story collection, her debut, I believe, and this one is just gorgeously written. Her way with words and thoughts is amazing. This one is set around immigrant stories or expat stories, which is kind of a difference in perspective if you think about it. And you also get some of them through the eyes of the native populations that are living in close contact with these peoples. And I really loved that aspect of it. As an ESL teacher, I get a peek into some of these lives in these situations, and I really related to this because Jhumpa herself kind of has lived and seen the whole picture, so she knows what she's writing here. I didn't love the book. The last story was fabulous, but even though they were all beautifully written, most of them ended on a bit of a meh note for me. So I would have liked more to be a little more positive. But other than that, it was gorgeous, and I loved it. But I didn't love it. You know what I mean? Then I finished Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is kind of a letter that he's written to his 15-year-old son about being a black man in America. A very powerful read and an important one. I would have to read it 2 or 3 times to absorb it all, because it's not written to me, it's written to his son, and things that I know a little bit about or nothing about and would need to really immerse myself in it and think about it. I read his We Were 8 Years in Power. Was that this year or last year? Recently, and loved that. It was fabulous. And that one is written as it was written as essays for, I believe, the New Yorker. And then he also added kind of almost memoirs around where he was in life when he was writing those magazine articles. but each piece was so razor sharp and brilliant and focused. This one, the thing that pulled me back from loving it was that it rambled. So it's just 150 pages, and it's not as razor sharp as the other works. It just kind of, so I would be rambling along a little confused and not sure where I was going, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, there would be a light bulb moment, but then I'd start rambling again. So yeah, this is very deep, just like 8 Years in Power. A little over my head, possibly. That could be part of the problem. So yeah, anyway, definitely one that you'd have to read a couple times to absorb it all. And then I have a couple of DNFs. So a couple of the books I grabbed to bring were ones that I just keep pushing aside for good reason, it seems. The first of those was Tim Dorsey's Nuclear Jellyfish. I grabbed this when I first got on BookTube. It was a clearance, yes, bargain priced book. And you know, I don't read a lot of mysteries. Now and again I will. And usually when I do, I like more of a historical bent maybe. But this one, I think I grabbed it because, I mean, one, the cover is just dynamic. But the other reason was it is set in Central Florida, which is where I was born. So I thought, oh, that would be cool. And I read the first paragraph. I don't even want to read it to you. It's so horrible. Here, I think I put this in my, oh, I'll be a big girl. First off, F the word blog. I hate it and all who use it. LOL, IMO, today's mood introspective yet spunky. Shut up. The internet was supposed to become the ultimate democratic forum. It did. Now everyone can be a porn star. Then there are those retarded blogs. I stopped there. I don't like retarded any more than I do the F-bomb. So, nope. Just nope. And then I picked up The Life and Death of Sophie Stark. And this was one that I got when my very first book outlet box. So, you can get in trouble with those people. I got 12 pages into this one, and it wasn't as bad, but I just realized it was going to be 300 pages, 286, I don't know, pages of 20-somethings behaving badly. So I said, no. So now I am reading Quicksand by Nella Larsen. This is one of the Harlem Renaissance books that I got excited about when I was reading Wrapped in Rainbows, the Zora Neale Hurston biography. So I found this at Thieves Bookstore, McKay's, and I'm about 40 pages in. It's a short thing. I have 100 pages left, and so far I'm really enjoying it, so yay. I think this is probably going to be my last read of 2018. I do, however, have Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse waiting in the wings. I don't think I'm going to get to it, but you always got to have a backup plan. Anyway, that's it. It's my last video for 2018. It's been a great year. Thanks so much for spending time with me, and I'm looking forward to another fabulous year starting tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. I hope your New Year's Eve and New Year are fabulous, and I will see you soon. Bye.